The Hill, the Hands, and the Hidden Battle. Long ago, in a dry place called Rephidim, the people of Israel were just beginning to learn what it meant to walk with God. They were free from Egypt, but not yet strong in faith. One afternoon, without warning, a dust cloud rose on the horizon. The Amalekites were charging in, swords raised, aiming to destroy God's people before they could even reach their promise. Fear ran through the camp, but Moses stood firm. He turned to a young warrior named Joshua and said, "Take some men and go fight them. I will go to the top of the hill tomorrow, not to fight, but to lift the staff of God in my hands." The next morning, as swords clashed below, Moses climbed the hill. With Aaron on one side and Hur on the other, he raised his hands high, holding the staff, the same one that had parted the Red Sea, struck the rock for water, and now pointed toward heaven in worship and surrender. As long as his hands were lifted, Israel surged forward, gaining ground. But when his arms trembled and fell, the enemy pressed in. Then Aaron and Hur, seeing Moses' struggle, held up his hands, one on the left, one on the right. The sun burned above them, but they did not let go. By sunset, Israel had won. The enemy was defeated, not just by the sword, but by worship, by faith, by uplifted hands that reached for heaven even when they were weary. Moral lesson: your greatest weapon is not always your strength, it's your surrender. When you lift your hands to worship God, you are doing more than showing reverence. You are raising a spiritual banner that confuses your enemies, weakens their grip, and calls on divine help. Worship shifts the battle from your hands to God's. Spiritual advice in secret. 1. Lifting hands is a spiritual act of victory. It says, "I trust you, Lord, even when things look impossible." 2. Worship wins wars. While others are fighting with swords of worry, fear, or control, your raised hands release heaven's armies. 3. Don't fight alone. Just like Moses had Aaron and Hur, you need people who will lift you up when you get tired. Spiritual friends, intercessors, or mentors. 4. The hill is higher than the battlefield. When you worship, you rise above the noise of life and see things from God's perspective. What happens when you worship? Your enemies lose strength. Spiritual darkness cannot stand in the light of sincere worship. Your spirit is revived. You gain peace, strength, and clarity. God moves on your behalf. Worship invites His presence, and where He is, no enemy can stand.